Hello, this is part of my video series on basic statistics. This should enhance your application of statistical knowledge or preparation for statistical exam. You might want to pause this video to study the slide or replay the video for adequate understanding. So we look at confidence interval, and this is one of the important concepts in statistics because point estimates sometimes have biases. So to understand how this is done, how confidence interval is constructed, we'll look at this example. The length of 100 fish caught in Lake Chad have a mean length of 215 centimeter. The population standard deviation is 45 centimeter. Find the confidence interval for the population mean length of fish. So first thing to do, as usual, is to identify what has been given in the question. The sample size is given as 100. The mean length is given as 215 centimeter. The standard deviation is also given as 45 centimeters. So we have been given the confidence level of 95% to construct the confidence interval. And so if we have the confidence level to be 95%, then our significance level will be 1 minus 0.95, which is 0.05. So therefore, to construct the confidence interval, we have to get the critical value. In this case, we'll be using Z table, Z alpha over 2, that is Z 0.025, which is equivalent to 1.96 from the standard normal table. And we are using standard normal table because we know that population size is large and the sample size is equivalently large. So the confidence interval formula, therefore, is the population at the sample mean plus or minus the critical value multiplied by the mean of the sample, the standard deviation of the sample means, which is equivalent to the population standard deviation divided by the square root of the sample size, where the x bar is sample mean, z alpha over 2 is critical value, the sigma is population standard deviation, and n is sample size. If we substitute those values, we see that our standard error is 4.5, and then we can calculate our margin of error, which is the z alpha over 2 multiplied by the standard error. So if we do that, we see that our error margin is 8.82. Therefore, we can now construct our confidence interval, which is equivalent to the mean of the samples plus or minus the error margin, that is 215 plus or minus 8.82. That is actually our confidence interval, 215 plus or minus 8.82. So from there we can get our lower and upper limits by subtracting 8.82 from 215 and similarly adding 8.82 to 215. That would therefore mean that the mean of the mean length of fishes in Lake Chad is between 206.18 and 223.82, and therefore the confidence interval is open bracket 206.18 comma 223.82. In summary, the confidence interval, we are to interpret the confidence interval. The 95% confidence interval of 206.18, 223.82 means that we are 95% confident that the true average length of all fish in Lake Chad lies between 206.18 and 223.82 centimeter. And that means if many samples of 100 fishes are collected and confidence intervals are constructed, approximately 95% of those intervals will contain the true population mean. And this is how we construct confidence interval. I believe this video has been helpful. If it is, like, share, and comment in the comment section. I look forward to your comments as that will encourage me to do more. Thank you.